You have to receive to give. The amount of work that you put in is the amount of results that you're going to see. The amount of rest that you put in is equivalent to the amount of energy that you're going to have, right? For the most part, you got to build your circadian rhythm according to how your body operates, right? But a lot of people maneuver throughout this world with a mindset that they just want to receive, they just want to take, and never put nothing back. They never deposit nothing into the grind. If you don't deposit nothing into the bank, how can you expect to have some money? It's simple. You put money in the bank, you have a pen, you have, it's secure. The money is secure once you put it inside the bank. Then when you need that money or when you want that money to go have fun, to enjoy yourself, then that's when you go back to your bank. Hey, I want to take this amount out of my bank account because I know I put that in, right? It's simple. And people be thinking that just because they receiving things in their life that they must be doing something right. And that's true in a sense because we all blessed. We all we all are, the fact that we're living, we're all blessed. I don't care who you worship. I don't care about none of that. We blessed because we living, right? We have a heart beating. And people take that for granted. People take the fact that they have a roof over their head, the fact that they, have the essential needs in their life, that they must be doing something right, which you probably is. You probably are doing something right. But for the most part, what are you giving back? What are you what are you doing for your community, for your city, for your let's not even talk on that larger scale. What are you doing for your family and not just yourself? It's not all about you. People just run around here thinking it's about me. And I have the way I look at it, y'all. A lot of people don't like to use this word, but I feel like in order to be able to give back, you have to be selfish in a sense. Not saying you have to be completely selfish, that everything is about you. Like that goes against the complete opposite of this video, right? What I'm saying is you have to put yourself first behind God, right? You have to put yourself first behind God because if you don't, you're not going to have anything to give. You have to pour into yourself first before you're able to pour into others' cup. You have to fill your cup up before you're able to fill or at least pour into others' cups. Not fill because you don't want to take everything out your cup, then you're going to have to start from grounds. You're going to have to start from the ground up again, start from level 0, not even 1. You're not going to have anything to give, right? And it's not as it's simple, but it's not easy, because people don't understand. Like people steady, I understand, y'all. We live in especially in America, we live in this economy is fucked up. It's messed up. It's hard to even maintain what you have going on, in your life, the things that you have to pay for, your responsibilities, your needs, and sometimes your wants. And then you have other people asking you for stuff. You have other people feeling obligated to go inside your pockets or to use your energy to get things done, to pay for things. And I know if you're watching this video, 9 times out of 10, if you clicked on it, you most likely a good-hearted person, and we want to be able to look out for others, and we want to be able to um to bless others in the same sense that God blesses us, at least to a capacity of our scale, because God, he's the whole universe. His scale is bigger than a program. We only one sperm cell that sprouted up into what we are today, right? So we this small compared to the universe. Um, like I know it's not easy at all giving. That's why you have to be able to receive the love from yourself before you're able to give. And that's hard too, because sometimes, especially if you wasn't brought up around love, especially if you wasn't brought up around empowering yourself, telling yourself that you're God's child, telling yourself that you're amazing, telling yourself that um you the one, that you him, that you her. And even if you didn't tell yourself that, you had other people around you had other people around you to tell you that, to pour them affirmations into yourself, to program into your subconscious mind to know that you're that. Even on the days when you don't feel like it, you can always dig deep and go within and realize, okay, I've been this since I was a jit, since I was crawling on the floor. So let me get right and let me realize who I am. Let me get back into who I was called to be, into the person that God made me who I am, And once you get back on top of that, once you get back on top of loving yourself and pouring into yourself, now you're able to pour into others. If you wasn't raised around love, you have to be able to build that up yourself. You have to be able to go within first, do your spiritual work. Do your spiritual work. I talk about this in almost every video: praying, meditating, making sure that you're affirming yourself, telling yourself affirmations, visualizing. What's another spiritual practice? Grounding yourself, going outside, literally kick your shoes off and take off your socks, put your bare foot in that grass, ground yourself. You have to do the spiritual work first. Then you have to get into your intellect. Or I say your mental first, because mental is it's important. Your mental health is important. You have to be able to talk to yourself, talk to God, and tell him how you feel. Tell yourself how you feel. Go to therapy if you have to, if you have the funds to do that. Do things that you enjoy, do things that you love, absolutely love to do, unplug from the world. You have to do your mental work in order to stay sane in this insane world. Then after that, you have your intellect, read your books, research, do deep research, take notes. Listen to high vibrational content or audio that's gonna allow your brain cells to grow and not shrink. Then after your intellect, you then have your physical. Work on your body, go to the gym, eat correctly, making sure you're putting the right nutrients in your body. You don't have to be perfect with it, because it's so hard to be able to stay on top of your diet when you have big pharma in America, who's literally, and I hope this video don't get taken down for me saying this, but a lot of us know about this. Big pharma has America set up to where they want us to be in hospitals, so they want us to be able to take all these poisonous medicines put inside our body so that we can depend on it and go back. They want us to be attached to the medicine so that we can't naturally heal ourselves. But that's why I say you have to tap into your intellect, learn about herbs and learn about healthy foods and fruits and vegetables and plants that naturally heal you, so you won't have to depend on those medicines. And after your physical, you have your finances, making sure that you put in that work, that you hustling, that you grinding, that you sometimes you have to sacrifice an hour of sleep. Sometimes you have to sacrifice that fun. Sometimes you have to sacrifice spending time with family just so you can get your pockets right. And what I say, you can't lend money to others if you're not getting your pockets right, So stay on top of your finances, making sure you find a side hustle if you just have one source of income. Start a business, start an online course, anything that you have to do in order to separate yourself so that you can be ahead financially, because it's going to be hard times. If you're having a good time, if you feel like life is just smooth and breezy, it's going to come a time when life is going to hit you. And if you're having a hard time right now, just know if you're doing everything you're supposed to do, staying on top of your finances, Get an accountant if you have to. Get a financial advisor if you have to. Anything you have to do to make sure that your pockets are good, because it's not everything, but it's important. You know, after your finances, what else? Okay, I say okay. So we did spiritual, mental, intellect, physical, finances. It's two more that I want to cover. I say your social health. It's I feel like it's one more that I'm missing, but your social health is important because um being around a community and being surrounded by like-minded people or family, ones that actually pour back into you, not you just pouring back into others. Like I say, you give and you receive. That's how you're able to stay. That gives you an extra push to know that it's not just about you, but it's about the community. You're not just doing it for you, but you're doing it for you and God's people. So just making sure that we stay well rounded, y'all, in every single area of our life. You can work on one area at a time, then dish off into areas, but it's important to stay aligned with those areas, because once you aligned with every single area of your life, then you align with what God has planned for you, and once you pour into your cup and you align with all of these areas in your life, you'll be able to give. And once you're able to give effortlessly, you'll be able to receive effortlessly, right? And yeah, man, that's a message that I have for y'all today, and I'll see y'all in the next video.